Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Merkaba Temple. However you arrive today, clear or confused, steady or assured, know this: you belong and you are held. We are so grateful you're here.
Today we begin within. Devotion is our doorway. Devotion to the self that the universe made whole. From this remembrance, everything else becomes incredibly simple.
So let us arrive together, our right hand to our heart, our left hand on our belly, and let's take 3 easy breaths. Deep breath in, let it out. Deep breath in. One more. Feeling our bodies as our temples and the ground receiving us.
Faith is not wishful thinking, it's coherence. Our breath, our boundaries, and behavior aligned with what we know is true. As you breathe, let that coherence settle in.
And sovereignty? It's relaxed, loving authority to choose truth without aggression or apology. It is your natural state, already present and already enough.
If it helps, whisper, I am whole. I am already provided for. I am the one who gives, therefore I receive. Let these words find a home in you.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to the
Merkaba
Merkaba
Temple.
Temple. Begin within. The crown is shared, the flame is one.
So I would like to first thank those of you who reached out this week offering your love and support. Thank you so much. It really means the world to us to hear from you. A special thanks goes out to Roy, who reached out with his favorite mantra and Norse mythology story. Why I wasn't able to incorporate those beautiful gifts into today's service, be on the lookout for them in future services. If you have ideas for mantra, prayer, scriptures, or sermons, please send them to us at archershaw@merkabachurch.com. We love collaboration and we love hearing from you.
Before we continue, a word on offerings. Our temple is sustained by sacred energy exchange. Being here matters most. If you're moved to support us, our Venmo is at Merkaba Church. The link is also pinned in the chat and will hold a short giving moment later in the service.
And now let's tune in to the divine wisdom, the guru within each and every one of us. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, we begin every service with the Adi mantra. We'll take 3 deep breaths in and out, and on the 4th breath, we'll sing Ong Namo Gurudev Namo together 3 times. Ong meaning creative consciousness, Namo, I bow to, Gurudev, divine wisdom, and Namo, I bow to. So we're calling in the creative universal consciousness as we bow down to the divine wisdom inside of each of us. If you know it, join us. And if you're just now learning it, feel free to listen and join in when you feel comfortable. Here we go. Rubbing your hands together, feeling the energy, aligning the left and right sides of the brain, tuning in with a deep breath in, deep breath, deep breath. And one more deep breath to begin.
Guru Devna. Om Namo Guru Devna. Om Namo Guru Devna. divine light in us, through us, and all around us. We welcome you now. Beloved Ganesha, remover of obstacles and opener of the way. Beloved Guru, beloved Shiva, holy council of light within, consecrate this temple of gathering and this temple of our bodies. Root us in faith, a steady trust in what we cannot yet see. Let our breath remember, I am carried. Blossom us in devotion, beginning within. Teach us to honor the self you have made whole, that our care overflows as service, song, and compassion. Crown us in sovereignty, the relaxed, loving authority to choose truth. Release us from the frequency of need. Align us with generous giving. Let the shared crown hover over us all. Let one flame burn between us. May every word, every silence, every note today reveal what is real, repair what is tender, and bless all who are here and all who are on our hearts. Seal this hour in remembrance. We are whole, we are on time, and we are guided. Lead us gently and clearly. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Guru Om. Amen. Aho. Ashe. And so it is. All right. We record every service so that way we can share it with our greater community. So I just want everyone to know that this service is being recorded. Also, as the final Shivo'ham rests in your chest, we have remembered, I am that, I am the light within. Keep the breath soft, the heart open, and this quiet beauty is already rising.
And from this field of devotion, faith, and sovereignty, we welcome the amazing, beloved, wonderful, incredibly talented Merkaba steward, per se. Let's receive her song today as a living prayer and a clear flame on today's altar. I now turn it over to per se.
Okay. Today's song is 1 second.
We have some echo.
That's me.
Okay, let's see. Did this work? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Okay, good. No echo?
Nope.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay. Today's song is Say a Little Prayer. This version is a live version by Lian Lahabas. But it is a Dionne Warwick classic and it is full of devotion and love, and faith in her partner, that the partner will understand that she doesn't really function without their half of their love. So, okay. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. While combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now, I say a little prayer for you. Forever and ever, you'll stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part. Oh, how I love you together, together. That's how it must be. To live without you would only mean heartbreak for me. I run for the bus, dear, and while riding I think of us, dear, and say a little prayer for you. At work I just take time, and all through my coffee break time, I say a little prayer for you. Forever and ever, you'll stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part. Oh, how I love you together, together. That's how it must be to live without One moment. My darling, believe me, for me there is none but you. Please love me too. I'm in love with you. Answer my prayers now, baby. Say you love me too. Answer my prayers now, baby. Forever and ever, you'll stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. Oh, never will part. Oh, how I love you together, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only mean heartbreak for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Perse. It was lovely. I absolutely loved it.
I love it so much. Crying already. Crying already. You
So-
have definitely opened the inner temple.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And as this,
I had to put a little church on it. So. Oh, thank you guys.
and so as this vibration lingers, we now turn to today's transmission from Guru Nityananda. Christopher?
Transmitted from the Guru. Children, listen. Faith, devotion, and sovereignty are not distant stars. They are the fibers of your very being. Faith is not belief in something far away. Faith is the quiet knowing that I am carried in every breath. And when you forget this, the mind trembles. But when we remember, we rest.
And devotion is not performance. It begins with your own heart. When you care for your body with love, when you choose kindness toward yourself instead of judgment. This is devotion. From here, devotion overflows into service, song, and prayer. And sovereignty is not a crown placed upon you by another. It is the recognition that you are whole, that you are on time, and that you yourself are the temple.
So do not strive, children. Do not reach with anxious hands. Sit still, breathe deep, and say within yourself, I am already carried, I am already devoted, and I am already whole. Then faith roots you, devotion blossoms you, and sovereignty crowns you. This is the true temple. This is your home. Om Guru Om Jai Guru. Thank you, Guru Nityananda.
And as this vibration lingers, we turn now to the word. Christopher's teaching is entitled Faith, Devotion, and Sovereignty, Awakening from the Matrix. I'm excited to hear it. Christopher?
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you.
All right. Okay, everybody. I'm excited to share this with you today. Let's begin today by clearing the way. We're going to chant Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Okay, the Ganesha mantra. This week we had Chaturthi, which is the week of Ganesha in India and in the Hindu faith. And Ganesha is our beautiful remover of obstacles and opener of the path. For those who don't know Ganesha, Ganesha was Shiva's son, and Shiva chopped his head off. It wasn't very kind, but then he felt kind of bad about it, and then he put an elephant head onto Ganesha, and that's why you see Ganesha with the elephant head. So, Om Ganesha Om. So here we go. We're going to chant Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, and we'll chant this 11 times. So keep track.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, got you.
All right. Here we go. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
All right, there we go. Zoom just asked me, are you speaking English? I was like, yes, kind of. All right, here we go, everybody. Faith, devotion, and sovereignty. Awakening from the matrix. All right, so Anne and I generally begin preparing our inspirational talks or sermons, as you might call them, during the week. We usually start around Tuesday or Wednesday. And by the time Sunday rolls around, they've changed a lot because life happens, right? Stuff happens during the week that inspires us. Something happens during the week. We might get a download and it's like, not this, not this, not this. So we mess around with it a lot. But last night, for the first time since we've lived here in this temple here in Mexico, and it's been since April, for the first time we turned on the TV and we figured out how to connect Apple TV to it, which is so wild, right? And so what we did was we watched the movie The Matrix. Now it's been a long time since I've seen The Matrix, and wow, I chose to rewrite my entire sermon for today. So here we go. So we live in a world not unlike the Matrix. It may not be a computer simulation, or is it? That is a sermon for another day. But it is a simulation of belief, of programming, and fear. From childhood, all of us are coded with stories about who we are, what we're worth, and what's possible for us. In fact, most of the time, the things that we carry around are not even ours to carry. How many of us were told, you're not good enough? That B minus is not good enough, right? You're not worthy. You're a piece of shit. You'll never amount to anything. I mean, these were things that I was told growing up, right? And all of these beliefs that are thrown onto us then become our negative core beliefs or codes that are written into our code, and we then operate from those codes. So if we believe that we're not good enough or we're not worthy, then we often seek out jobs where we're paid not very much. We seek out partners that aren't very good for us. We just don't seek out things that are really great because we are operating from a program that was installed by our lovely parents, and we love our parents, but sometimes, and they all do the best that they can. But sometimes, not all parents too, but some parents will, they might just try to be encouraging us to make it A+ on the test. But, when we come home with a B+ and they tell us that's not good enough, we often will internalize those as negative core beliefs. So the spiritual path is about awakening from this illusion. We were all made in God's image, or at least that's what we're told. And if we're made in God's image, then we are God. And if God is perfect, then so am I. So I have to learn how to break through the illusion and get rid of the programming that no longer serves me, because that's no longer who I truly am. And if I remove that programming, then I can become once again, as I'm born, perfect. Unplugging from the matrix of fear and remembering the truth that I am whole, that I am radiant, and that I am sovereign. To walk this path, we need three key things that we're going to talk about today: faith, devotion, and sovereignty. Faith is the root. It's trust in the unseen. Devotion is the flower, love made visible. And sovereignty is the crown, wholeness revealed. First, let's talk about faith, the root of awakening. In the Matrix, when Neo meets Morpheus, he is given a choice: the blue pill or the red pill. The blue pill keeps him in the comfort of illusion. The red pill opens him to truth, even if it shatters his world. For most of my life, I took the blue pill. Most of my life, I took the blue pill. I've lived in illusion. There were hints of what was on the other side of that illusion. There were some memories that would come here and there, but for most of my life, I took the blue pill. It wasn't until over a year ago, 17 years into my recovery from addiction, that I chose the red pill. And I was opened up to truth. And boy, did it shatter my world. But it didn't necessarily shatter my true world. It shattered the world around me. It shattered the world that most of us believe in. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to stand in truth, to see the world differently for what it truly was. This is faith. Faith is choosing the red pill, It's trusting what we cannot see. When faith is absent, our inner matrix whispers things like this: nothing ever works out for me. Or, this is one I've really had to struggle with my life: if I don't control it, it will fall apart. See, when I was 3 years old, my beloved mother, God rest her soul, she told me when my father left, "You, Christopher, are the man of the house. It is now your job to take care of me and your sister." Well, for all of you parents out there, please never, never, never place that responsibility on your child. It is not our children's responsibility to take care of parents or to take care of their siblings. We are kids. When we're kids, we need to be kids, right? So at 3 years old, I was told that you're in charge, essentially. So at 3 years old, I became a control freak, if you can believe it or not. And so that was a really hard programming to break. For all of my life, I tried to control everybody and everything around me. Thank God for my recovery, which gave me the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, the courage to change the ones I can, and the wisdom to know that that one is me. I am the only one that can control me. I sure as heck can't control you or anything that's happening around me. Another one of these beliefs that we have when faith is absent is the worst will always happen. That catastrophic thinking, right? Catastrophic thinking is so terrible, right? When we believe it's never going to work out, the worst is going to happen, or when things do happen to us, we become victims, right? Oh, I got injured, or I fell down some stairs, or I broke a bone, or even worse things, right? Like things that have happened to me. I was sexually abused as a child. I was raped in college. Many terrible things that have happened to me, and for many, many, many years in my life, I felt like a victim. I felt like a victim in those situations. And many times we are, because we don't necessarily play a part. I didn't reach out and say, "Hey, rape me," or "Hey, sexually abuse me," at least not here in the 3D, right? And that's a whole conversation for another day. I don't want to get into any controversy. I do believe that we do have soul contracts with people that harm us, that before we even come here to this earth, we all sit around in a circle and we're reading our scripts. And my script, has in it that I want these horrible things to happen to me. That I wrote my script, by the way, and I wrote those things into my script. And then I'm like, "Hey, will you play that part? The guy who robs me in the street and takes my wallet." And the other soul is like, "Yeah, that'll be so much fun. All right, let's go down to earth and see if we remember it." And then all of a sudden, when you get robbed on the bus, John, who robbed you on the bus, is like, "Yes, high five, I fulfilled my soul contract." And I'm like, "Oh, he took my wallet." And I can either stand in victim, right? And be like, "Oh, John took my wallet." Or I can be like, "Om Namah Shivaya. Blessings, John." Because hopefully what is in that wallet, well, I hope the cards will work and the money will be prosperous for you, right? It's just we can look at things in different ways. So this is the prison of fear, right? When we're stuck in these beliefs of victimhood, of nothing ever works out for me, or if the worst will always happen, right? And I've had to do a lot of work, guys, a lot of work to heal from my trauma, the sexual abuse, the rape, the drug addiction. It took a lot of work. It's not easy to come to a place where for me to have come to a place where I was no longer a victim and I was able to stand in my power and own my part in anything that's happened to me in my life, right? And to be able to sit in peace and serenity and even gratitude for those things today. I'm so grateful that my stepfather abused me in so many ways today, because he made me into the man that I am today. I would not be here talking to you if it weren't for him. I'm very blessed for him today. I'm very, very, very grateful for him and for all of those people in my life that harmed me. I'm so grateful that they fulfilled their soul contract as we designed. So, if we're living in faith, what does faith say? Well, faith says, I don't see the whole path, but I trust the next step. Even the storm is blessing me. This morning we had the most beautiful storm. Oh, so incredible. And spirit is moving in the unseen. There's stuff going on, right? Like my soul wrote these things into my life. I trust that I wrote a pretty good story. From Hebrews 11:1, Hebrews states, "Faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen." So here are some matrix one-liners for you folks on faith. Faith is a red pill, the choice to trust what can't yet be proven. 2, you can't see the roots beneath the soil, but they are growing. And 3, faith is knowing the storm is watering you and not drowning you. Om Namah Shivaya. It's hard, right? It's hard jumping off that cliff. And, jumping off the cliff without a parachute is not the best decision. But we can only prepare so much, right? I can get my parachute ready. I can make sure that I have all of my gear. But I've been told that there's a net on the other side of that cliff. When I jump off the mountain, there's a net. I have love, I have support, I have people, I have God, I have Guru, I have whatever, is there for me to catch me. And every time that I've jumped off the cliff without the parachute, I've landed, but it hurt. Man, it hurt, right? It was much better to be prepared. Faith without works is dead, right? As Anne shared last week. So I have to prepare my chute, but then I have to jump. I have to jump. And when I jump prepared, I'm always caught. I'm always caught. And things generally turn out well, even if they're difficult at first. The mission continues. 2, we're going to talk about devotion, the flower of our soul. Devotion. So Neo doesn't just swallow the red pill and become the one overnight. He trains, he commits, he bleeds, he returns again and again to the practice. This is devotion. When devotion is absent, our matrix whispers, I'll take care of everyone else first. My whole life, that's what I did. I mean, it was programmed from my mom. My mom taught me, you take care of all of us, and you take care of all of us before you. And I always did that. I was a people pleaser. I wanted to please everybody. I wanted to take care of everybody. I wanted everybody to like me. And then there was a little bit of that savior complex, right? Oh, I want to save the world and save, da, 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 da. And, I'm so grateful when I came into recovery in 2008 that I learned that I have to take care of myself first, right? They always say, on the airplane, we got to put our oxygen mask on our first before we put it on other passengers. And that's true. Even our kids, right? I work with a lot of parents and they're so busy putting the oxygen mask on their kids all the time that they're not breathing, right? And so they burn out or they become abusive or they just run, right? And so we got to put our oxygen mask on first. It is not selfish to put your oxygen mask on first. When I am filled with oxygen, man, I am like, woo, alive and full of energy. And I'm able to help everyone like that. And then I have to stop at the gas station, generally by myself, right? And I have to stop at the gas. I'm like, I need some time. I need some space. I'm going to go to the gas station and I'm going to fill up. And that looks different in a lot of ways, right? It could be me singing mantra. It could be me going to the beach, making an offering to the sea. It could mean going to the grocery store and shopping without Aeon, who is not fun to shop with. No, he's not that bad, but it is much more pleasant by myself. It's like we have to take care of ourselves first. Another belief when devotion is absent is I don't have time for prayer or ritual. I can't tell you how many times I hear this from my clients. I don't have any time. I mean, you're crazy. You get up at 4. I do get up at 4. They're like, you're absolutely nuts. Like, who gets up at 4? Or this, well, if I get up at 4, then I'm not going to get enough sleep and I have to work all day and I have to serve the kingdom. And I'm like, I hear you. I hear you. But I don't have enough prayer ritual. Really? Do you not have time for 5 minutes? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Devotion, meditation, practice, right? It's like a muscle, right? We don't just go to the gym and lift like 100 pounds. If I go to the gym and lift 100 pounds, well, number one, I'm too old for that, but I'd be like, I would break myself, right? So devotion and meditation and yoga and all of that, it's like going to the gym. I have to start out with the 5-pound weights and move up to the 10-pound weights and move up to the 15-minute weights and then move up to the 30-minute weights and then move up to the hour weight. And now I'm up to the about 2.5-hour weight. So when I wake up in the morning, I get up at 4 a.m. The first thing I do is I make coffee. I love having coffee when the world is asleep. It is so beautiful. I make coffee. I light incense. I make sure all the candles in the temple are lit. I light the fire. I sit outside. I put on some beautiful music. I chant light language. I just channel whatever comes through me. I say my prayers. I invite my spirit guides and my helpers and my gods and goddesses to surround me with love. And I turn my will and my life and my soul over to spirit so that I may be a clear channel to do what I need to do today. About 5 a.m., I bring Aeon a cup of coffee and I set it next to the bed. I've stopped waking him up because he's like, "Argh." So I just set the cup of coffee there and I come back out, and then eventually he comes out and we do our own Namo, Guru Dev Namos. We sing our 108 Nam Namah Shivayas together. We do our 108 Om Mani Padme Hums together and our 108 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rams. And then we do Kundalini Yoga. And then I play the gong and we do this cool gong sound healing. And then we do some mantra and then we're done. And then he goes and does his 12-step meeting and I clean the house or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful way to start the day. Now, not everybody has 2.5 hours, right? And so that's okay. You don't have to have 2.5 hours in the morning. But 5 minutes, if you're whispering, I don't have time for prayer or ritual, that's the matrix. Another matrix belief is I'll numb instead of nourish. How many years did I numb with drugs and sex and porn and whatever? Too many, too many. So this is the code of disconnection. But devotion is different. Devotion is faith embodied, and it begins with capital S self. Before we bow to Shiva, Guru, God, or any other being, we must bow down to the temple of our own being. Devotion starts with capital S self. So devotion says this: I honor myself with kindness, I choose nourishment over numbness, and I give myself moments to breathe and remember my soul. From that place, devotion blossoms outward. It blossoms into song, service, prayer, community, and kingdom. The Bhagavad Gita 12:12 states, better than meditation is surrender and devotion, for with devotion comes peace. From peace comes faith, and from faith comes eternal joy. So here are some matrix one-liners for devotion. Faith gives you the red pill. Devotion teaches you how to use it. Devotion is Neo in the dojo, showing up again and again. The body is the first temple. If you don't honor it, you'll never escape the matrix. And now we move on to sovereignty, the crown of the soul. The turning point of the matrix comes when Neo stops doubting. He no longer looks outside himself for permission. He realizes, I am the one. In the scene when all the bullets are flying at them and he's like, and they stop, right? And he picks one up and they just fall. He realizes he is the one. He is the Almighty. He is the power. We all are Neo. We all have the power of the Almighty. This is sovereignty. When sovereignty is absent, our inner matrix whispers things like, I'm broken, I'm behind, I will never be enough. Oh, I need someone else to complete me. That's the belief of the codependent, right? I am so incomplete. And Walt Disney is the worst for this. They teach us, Walt Disney teaches us that we need another person to be complete. All of us, from the time we're really little, after we watch a few Walt Disney movies, are out there searching for Prince or Princess Charming to complete us. And let me tell you one thing, you are already complete. This is a code of lack. When we believe what Walt Disney teaches us, that we need someone else to complete us, we are living from a code of lack. Sovereignty is different. Sovereignty is not control or dominance. It's wholeness. It is the crown of the soul. When I'm sovereign, I believe things like, I am not broken because I am whole. I am not behind because I am in divine timing. I am in divine flow. I am divine flow. And this one I love. I magnetize, baby. I magnetize. I don't chase. I magnetize. Sovereignty is alignment. It is our inner truth shining through our outer life. In the Upanishads 2:317, when the self is seen, the capital self is seen, heard and reflected upon, and realized, only then does sovereignty arise. Only then does sovereignty arise. In healthy relationships, we don't have 1 + 1 = 1. We have 1 + 1 = 3. Me, Aeon, and Archer Shaw. We are 3 entities, healthy and sovereign. In my home, we have two kings, and Lola, who is our princess dog. And oftentimes she does try to rule the roost, but not always. We love her so much. So two kings in this household, baby. Two kings. We are sovereign. 1 + 1 = 3. So matrix one-liners for sovereignty. Neo could stop the bullets because he remembered who he was. Sovereignty is not proving you're the one. It's knowing you were already. It's knowing that we always have been the one. And the matrix falls apart the moment we realize we don't need its approval. So let's bring it all together. Faith roots us. Devotion blossoms us. And sovereignty crowns us. Neo's journey is our journey. Without faith, we freeze in fear. In fact, the opposite of fear is faith. Without devotion, we stay asleep. And without sovereignty, we forget who we are. But when all three are alive within us, the soul is complete, rooted, blossomed, and crowned. This is how we unplug from the matrix of fear and awaken into truth. Let us close in prayer. Beloved Guru, beloved Shiva, beloved Ganesha, today we root ourselves in faith, we blossom ourselves in devotion, and we crown ourselves in sovereignty. We declare we are whole, we are on time, and we are radiant flames in your temple. May our care for ourselves be devotion to you. May our faith anchor us through storms, and may our sovereignty shine for the healing of all. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Om Shanti 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 Hi, Amen Aho Ashe. So it is. And now, as we let this message settle into our hearts, we're going to turn to stillness, the sacred space where spirit continues to sermon beyond words. And to guide us into that silence, I turn to my beloved King Aeon.
Thank you.
Your Royal Highness. Let me give you
Certainly,
some,
Your Highness, Your Majesty.
let me give you some music, Your Royal Highness. Okay, I'm going to turn it a little bit lower.
Yeah.
If you guys want to turn up the ohms, you can, but we won't turn it too loud.
All right. What an amazing service. It was awesome. Taking a moment to get comfortable, sitting where you're at, maybe sitting nice and tall, closing the eyes, coming home to the breath, allowing the breath to deepen, slow, steady, and natural. With every exhale, release the weight of the week. With every inhale, welcome the presence of spirit into the body. Bring your awareness down into your feet, into the base of your spine. Begin to imagine that there are roots reaching deep into the earth, growing stronger, steady, wrapping themselves around the center of the mother. Now, I invite you to remember a time when doubt or fear felt heavy. When you thought, I don't know if I can trust this. See that memory as a seed placed in the soil beneath you. Breathe. With every inhale, let faith water the seed. Whisper silently, even when I cannot see, I trust the path beneath me. Even when I cannot see, I trust the path beneath me. Even when I cannot see, I trust the path beneath me. Feel the roots of faith anchoring you deeper, steadier, unshakable. Now bring your awareness into the center of your chest. Imagine a radiant flower unfolding there. Petals of light opening with each breath. Recall a moment when you neglected yourself, when devotion was absent. See it dissolve in this breath, in this presence. Now whisper silently, my body is a temple. My care is devotion, and my love is sacred. My body is a temple. My care is devotion. My love is sacred. My body is a temple. My care is devotion. My love is sacred. With each exhale, imagine the petals glowing brighter, spreading fragrance outward. Devotion flowing from self to the world. Now lift your awareness to the crown of your head. Imagine a luminous crown of light descending gently, resting upon you. Bring to mind the voice of unworthiness. I am broken. I am behind. I am not enough. See those words as clouds drifting away. Now affirm within, I am whole. I am on time. I am the temple. I am whole. I am on time. I am the temple. I am whole. I am on time. I am the temple. Feel your spine aligned, root, blossom, crown, one radiant column of sovereignty. Beloved ones, rest now in the fullness of your being. Faith rooting you, devotion blossoming you, and sovereignty crowning you. Taking 3 deep breaths, sealing this state into your body. Deep breath in and release. Deep breath in and release. Deep breath in and release. When you are ready, bring your hands to the heart, bow your head gently, and whisper, Om Shanti 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 Om. And when you lift your eyes, may you carry this temple within wherever you walk. May open your eyes.
I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone. We're coming to the end of our service, and before we move further, I would like to share openly with you where we stand as a temple financially. Last week, we received $1,040, so 1040, from Juan and his family in North Austin. We are so grateful to Juan and his family. Juan and his family have contributed to paying rent for the temple this month, and we are so grateful. Our landlords love when we pay the rent. They love it. So thank you, Juan and his family. Our temple is not sustained by any outside institutions or corporate sponsorships or wealthy benefactors. It is sustained by us, this community, our community, walking in devotion together. So place your hand on your heart and take a moment to ask within, what is the right exchange for the blessing I received today? If a number arises, $11, $22, $44, or whatever truth says, follow it. You can also set up weekly offerings on our website, Not Be Bothered, at www.merkabachurch.com/donate. Or on the Sunday service page, there's actually a form where you can sign up for weekly, monthly, or however you'd like to do it, offerings. And if today is tender, offer a prayer. Share the replay of our service on YouTube or volunteer. We are always looking for sacred servants, stewards of the church to help us with everything. All offerings are holy.
Also, another beautiful way to support the temple, if you'd like to receive coaching or an immersion with myself or Christopher, all proceeds from our Archer Shaw offerings fund the temple. Think the Divine Executive Mentorship, couples immersions, Oracle activation sessions, sacred synergy sessions, Kundalini and Broga, and much, much more. You can schedule a free 30-minute consultation with us. The link will also be in the chat. This week, your giving supports Sunday online services. Our monthly payment to Zoom is $250, for example, and our rent for our temple space here in Mexico is $1,500. It also supports scholarships for Merkaba retreats for those who can afford to come on a retreat but are feeling called to do so. It does support those as well. It also supports advertising and marketing costs to get the word out into the world about Merkaba Temple and our community. So affirm with me, I give from wholeness, not from need. Need repels, sovereignty magnetizes. And my giving multitudes blessings. Once again, the links for the offerings are merkabachurch.com/donate or Venmo at Merkaba Church.
Thank you so much. And thank you all who I think I've gotten some Venmo pop-ups on my phone, and I'm so grateful. We are so grateful. The temple is grateful. All of those blessings will be multiplied for you and for all of us. And we're so grateful. So let us close in prayer. Divine light in us, through us, and all around us. We thank you for this hour in the temple of our hearts. Root what we've received today as faith, steady trust in what we cannot yet see. Blossom it as devotion, beginning within, overflowing as care, courage, and service, and crown it as sovereignty, the relaxed, loving authority to choose truth. Seal every song, every word, and every silent tear, and bless every soul gathered here and all who are on our hearts. Consecrate our offerings and the work of our hands, that they may become relief, guidance, and good medicine out into the world. And as we depart, keep us one in the one. The crown is shared, and the flame is one. So let us walk this week whole, on time, and guided, magnetizing what serves love and releasing what does not. May our homes be altars, our breath a prayer, and our presence a blessing wherever we are sent.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen, Aho, Ashe, and so it is. I just also want to take one more brief moment to thank Perse for her beautiful song and Roy for helping us with the chat scripts today. We're incredibly grateful for you. Next week, Irina will be here to help us with the chat scripts, and Roy also helps with sending us some lovely stories and sacred scriptures that we can apply to our sermons every week. So we are so grateful for everyone who is here and everyone who is of service. Before we close, let us seal this service with our breath and our sound. Faith is the root, devotion the blossom, and sovereignty the crown, and truth is what remains. We will take 3 easy breaths together once again. On the 4th breath, we'll chant one long Sat and one short Nam. Sat Nam means truth is my identity. Take a breath in and exhale. Once more. Again. And inhale to begin. Satnam. May the crown be shared and the flame be one.
Thank you all for joining us in this sacred space today. Here are your community updates and invitations. All right. So here are some great ways to engage with us this week. Like we said earlier, feel free to book a free 30-minute consultation on Zoom for coaching, couples immersions, or intensives. The link is in the chat. We'd love to meet with you. We have classes and ceremonies happening here in Bucerias. Kundalini Yoga begins this week at Spanda Yoga Studio on Fridays at 9:30. And Guru Broga, which is my new inspiration from the Guru Broga, Kundalini Yoga for the Sacred Masculine, begins Saturday on the temple rooftop at 8:30 a.m. next Saturday. We're also going to start doing Kundalini, Guru Broga, and all kinds of yoga online. So be on the lookout for a surprise announcement this week with a link in your inbox. If you'd like to receive a PDF, I created a really beautiful PDF of those beliefs that I shared earlier in the sermon about faith, devotion, and sovereignty. The beliefs when we're not in our, in our positive self, and then the beliefs, or in the matrix self, and then the beliefs when we are, in our sovereignty. I've created a beautiful one-page PDF. If you'd like it, please go to merkabachurch.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, and sign up for our emailing list, and I will send you the free PDF of that. So, and then you'll be in on all these announcements, and we won't have to announce them every week because you'll already be in the know. For more information, you can find on our events, archershaw.guru/events. Retreats and replays. Upcoming Merkaba retreats are posted at merkabaretreats.com. We have lots of good ones coming up, and we've also posted our retreat dates for 2026. We also can, you also can find today's replay of the service on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is at Archershaw Temple, all one word. We invite you to join our community by following us on our socials, and please share about us with your family and your friends. Links to our socials can be found at archershaw.guru or in the chat. And when you sign up for our Archershaw mailing list at archershaw.guru, you will also receive our free copy of our awesome guide, Return to the Flame, a sacred guide to awakening, devotion, and conscious relationship. Feel the desire to stay connected to each other and to all of us throughout the week? Yeah, right. Yeah, baby. Join our free online digital sanctuary. It's called Lumara. It's a social media network that I created for high vibrational peeps like ourselves. merkaberchurch.com/Lumara. There's a link, and we have simplified Lumara for those of you that have visited Lumara in the past. It was a little too complicated. Now we have fewer communities, but very important and beautiful communities there. And you can start interacting with the community on there. It's kind of like Facebook, but not Facebook. It's really cool. It's Lumara, merkaberchurch.com/Lumara. Hope to see you there.
And finally, thank you for sharing this sacred time with us. We love you, we bless you, and we can't wait to see you again next Sunday. So walk in light, walk in love, and remember, we are all one. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Om. Amen, aho, ashe, and so it is. Stick around after the service for fellowship, and if not, we will see you next week. Namaste.
All right, let's open it up to people so they can talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.